Hello and welcome to another battle replay video by Lord Snake. I know it's been a few weeks, I apologize about being slow on the uploads, but I've pretty much been really busy ever since my last video with getting prepared to move out on June 26th, so that's only about a week and a half away or so. So I'm quite excited and I'm staying busy, so you might not see a lot of uploads from me for a while still. But anyway, without any further ado, I played as the Vampire Counts today and defended Castle Drakenhof territory against a Bretonnian Crusade led by a Prophetess of the Lady, Lore of Heavens, and the Green Knight himself, so all of these men know that their cause was just. There was 4 battle pilgrims, a unit of foot squires, 3 units of peasant bowmen, some I believe those are Knights Errant, 2 units of Questing Knights, a unit of Knights of the Realm, and finally 2 units of Field Trebuchets. On my side, I had the mighty Vlad Von Carstein leading this force, along with a vampire hero on a skeletal horse, as well as a White King on a skeletal horse, 2 units of Blood Knights on either flank. I also had 2 units of Crypt Horrors on either flank, 2 units of Unholy Lodestone Corpse Cards. I had the Stern's Guard unit of Renown of Graveguard and a normal unit of Graveguard. And I also had 4 Skeletal Spearmen along with the Tithe, which is the unit of Renown for Zombies. So I just kind of march around the flanks with my cavalry here and up the middle with my infantry. Pretty standard for me. You can see he had the Green Knight actually hiding out here in the woods. So he kind of comes out of nowhere with that Green Knight along with these Knights Errant here that I thought I could take before. Then all of a sudden the Green Knight pops out of nowhere and I'm like, oh crap, I better get my Vampire Lady out of there. And there was some Grail Knights too. On the other flank, the White King was going up against 2 Questing Knights. Also, I was pretty preoccupied with the other flank, so I didn't really have time to control these guys, unfortunately. So they got charged pretty badly there. The Tithe soaking up a bunch of arrows here so that the more important units don't take damage. And my opponent kind of goes all out with some spells here. So, as I pretty much mentioned on the load screen, this would pretty much be a Bretonnian Crusade, I'd imagine, led by the Prophetess of the Lady there. And they'd just be purging some undead, even if it is in Imperial lands. They don't really care when it comes to their crusades. Here I summon some zombies on top of their line before my men get there. This also holds up these foot squires from going in and backing up the battle pilgrims. And some more zombies over here on top of these peasant bowmen to stop them from firing. On the flanks you can see that it's not going too hot for my White King here and these Blood Knights. They are doing a lot of damage to those Questing Knights, and my Blood Knights over on this flank kind of got wrecked already, and I wasn't paying attention, so my Vampire Lady did take a rear charge. And the Grail Knights come in to attack these Crypt Horrors here and back up the Battle Pilgrims. So, I summoned some more zombies on top of some more bowmen. I want to disrupt them as much as possible. Vlad's stuck into the middle of all of this. He doesn't care, his health regen is really high. He'll soak up a lot of battle damage. Zombies on top of the Trebuchet here to stop them from firing. Although I'm pretty sure they can't fire. All of my guys are really close. Here the Blood Knights are valiantly holding out, although they do get murdered here. So quite a lot of the peasants now started to break and run away. Luckily I was able to destroy the peasant line before the Knights were able to get around and help them out. Just a bunch of running foot squires there getting chomped away by those zombies. My corpse cart there to help out these undead units to fight against the Grail Knights.
We are the new order.
Darkness!
My vampire lady was holding out because I was using her health regen ability. As you can see, she was capping out her healing limit for this battle, so I was cutting it close with her. But with that summon of zombies from Vlad, it did scare off that unit of knights. And I was able to pull her out of the fight with the Green Knights, so I was able to save her here. And the questing knights finally finished off those blood knights and came around for a charge on the line here. At this point, though, with a lot of their infantry running and routing, they didn't really have enough impact, I'd say, to deal with this jumbo blob of undead. Not to mention, there was also some more undead way down here chasing after his lord. I knew that it was just a wizard, and on top of that, now that these battle pilgrims shattered, it was a wizard on her own. These guys stopped breaking. My vampire lady joining into the melee here now that she got away from the Green Knight. And way over here I actually had Vlad duking it out with the Green Knight. I wasn't afraid of the Green Knight with Vlad. His health regen would be able to soak up pretty much any damage. The Green Knight doesn't really do a ton of damage, but he does enough. Especially with how tanky he is. But as you can see, I'm rambling here. Pyrrhic victory on my part. So, a very GG to my opponent, Nige Bradford. I enjoyed that battle. It was a custom online battle where he actually was the host and he increased the gold amount to 1,500, or I'm sorry, 15,000. So instead of the usual 12,000, it was 15,000. That's why the army seemed a little bit bigger. Anyway, on my side, you can see pretty much a decent amount of kills all around except for the Tithe, which they just soaked a bunch of the arrow fire and died off right away. They were a human shield or a zombie shield, and they were very worth it. And my opponent's army all did pretty well too, so I think that was a very great battle. And I hope my opponent had as much fun as I did during that. Anyway, for the losses and everything, you can see it was pretty close. I just had like 150 or so less losses, and we pretty much brought the same numbers to the battle. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle replay video, and I hope to be coming out with some more soon. Basically, my schedule now is pretty much just whenever I can get some good battles going, I'll upload. So it might be once every other week, it might be once a week, not sure. We'll just play it by ear. But I'm pretty much planning on this being kind of how it goes until around August or so. Then everything should be settled down and I can get back to my regular schedule. I hope you guys don't mind, and anyway, I'll catch you all again soon. Have a good one.